All right, this is the time that the community college I worked at fumbled booking Kevonstage. So I used to work at a community college called Maricosta Community College in Oceanside, California. Worked for a program called Emoja. So Emoja, it's actually a good program. If you're at a community college in California and they have an Emoja program, especially if you're a black student, you should join. But with Emoja, there was an annual fundraising event called Soul Fusion. It was live music, some comedy, but usually you're trying to get older acts, trying to get safe acts, because this is targeting older people and they don't like all that cussing and stuff. And they the ones with the money. So we're planning the event and they're like, okay, what comedian can we get that's safe? And they're naming all these people. And I'm like, nah, like they naming like some washed up people. I'm not even gonna name their names. Me and my friend Josh, the only two young people in the room, mind you, we were like, you should get Kevonstage. They're like, who is that? We show them videos from Kevonstage. They're all cracking up. But then they go, we're not going to be able to afford him. So me and Josh go, so we can get his price and it's in our budget. Can we get him? They agreed to this. Josh comes back like the next meeting. He got all the budget. We had the money to get him. And they're like, okay, cool. We can book him. We're going to book him. So we moved past it thinking we going to get Kevonstage. Like we moved past it. We're like, cool. We got this. And we had money in the budget left over. But they were like, just like tiptoeing, taking their time, doing stuff like that. And we're sitting here telling them, like, did y'all do it? They're like, no, we're going to do it. It gets like maybe like a month away from the event. And we find out they got somebody else. This local restaurant near us called Felix. They do this thing called Jazz and Jokes. So they just was like, we're just going to use them. We're going to use this guy. His name is Rob Howard. I'm naming a whole bunch of names. We're going to use his brother. His brother's a comedian. I forgot the name of his brother. We are telling them, no, y'all shouldn't do this. And they not listening to us. It's basically they sunned us. Pretty much like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You know, we do this. We've been in education for this long. We know how to fundraise. We telling them like, listen, we understand social media. We understand what this man is doing. He is killing it right now. And y'all are fumbling it. They ended up getting Doug Williams and some other comedians. They ended up getting Doug Williams, and then it was just Jazz. Like they went with Rob Howard's brother. I'm forgetting his brother's name. I think it's Nate or something. And his promotion team, and they just booked the comedian. They booked the jazz artist and all that. Basically, these old folks didn't want to do the work, so they just hired somebody who's going to provide the jazz, the comedians, and all that. Which is a lot easier, but like it didn't do what it was supposed to do. They would have listened to us. They would have had an amazing show. Fast forward, maybe not even a year. Kevonstage, Tony Baker, and Tahir are literally on tour, and me and my girlfriend go see them to a sold out show in LA. And all the same people who were talking about Kevonstage were showing me videos and telling me like, this guy is funny. And I'm looking at them like, I told y'all to book this guy. And they didn't even remember. They fumbled having him, and he would have brought he has a following. He would have, like, he's safe. He's funny. We was telling them all these things, showing them this too. And they still failed to book the man. They fumbled. The amount of fundraising we would have been able to do that night. And it's funny too, because they got Doug Williams, who's known for being roasted by Jamie Foxx, who Kevonstage ended up having him on his Keep Your Distance show during the pandemic. Can't make this up. Make it make sense. They fumbled.